by the end of this video, I want to convince you that 10 minutes is really all you need to do some pretty productive things. Hey everybody, my name is Micah Gonzalez. That's M-I-C-A Gonzalez with a Z. And I want to show you a list of 10 productive things you can do if you only have 10 minutes. I know for a lot of us that a lot of things fall through the cracks. We kind of feel like really overwhelmed by all the things that we have to do. And it feels like there's just not enough time to do all the things that we might want to in a day. I'm here to challenge that fact by telling you these 10 things that you can do in just 10 minutes or less so that you can feel less overwhelmed and feel like you kind of have your life together, even when it feels like it's not. So this intro has already gone on for too long, so let me just jump right into the first thing that you can do if you have only 10 minutes or less, which is write a will-do list. A will-do list is different from a to-do list because I want you to focus on the things that you will do at the end of this 10 minutes. Maybe you need these 10 minutes to just sort out your thoughts and to try and not to be so overwhelmed. So what you can do while you're waiting for those 10 minutes to be over and when you're finished breathing is to just write down a list of things that you will do immediately when those 10 minutes are up. It's better than just sitting there for 10 minutes overthinking and being overwhelmed by all of the things. When you give yourself something to focus on, to just check off one by one, that makes it so much easier for your decision making processes and thinking and what am I trying to say here? What I'm basically trying to say here is that when we can eliminate more decision making and trying to just stop ourselves from thinking of all the things floating around in our brains, then it really helps us get stuff done. So if you can just sit down for the next 10 minutes and just make a things of things you will do immediately after these 10 minutes are up, that can do a lot for your motivation and feelings of overwhelm. The second thing you can try is to fix up a messy area. Look, you don't have to clean up your entire apartment, your entire house, your entire room in the next 10 minutes. You can just focus on one specific area in your maybe room. For example, I like to take 10 minutes to just organize my closet or to organize my work desk, because if you're anything like me, then you are not a organized worker at all. So if you just take 10 minutes to feel like you're organizing things, that can do a lot to feeling like you have your life under control. Third thing to try, reply to that one email. We all know what email I'm talking about. We know that email that you're really been wanting to reply to, but it feels like you don't have enough time to think about what to say and much less write about what you're gonna say and all that stuff. So take 10 minutes, clear off everything that you're gonna do, and just start replying to that email. Maybe you're gonna finish that reply, maybe you won't, but at least you can say you got 10 minutes of a head start to try and working on that email anyway. The fourth thing you can try is, for my fellow calendar loving people out there, is to update your calendar. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels like they could do better at updating their calendar for things like events or meetings or just random Zoom calls with my friends. So 10 minutes can go a lot into just organizing your day, your agenda, and making sure that, you're not overscheduled or you're not underscheduled or whatever, helping you find the right balance of whatever you want your day to look like. You don't even have to just stick to events. It could be general reminders or tasks or things that you want to do on a specific day. 10 minutes can go a long way into organizing that and making your week feel more structured. The fifth thing you can try is to account for your bills, your expenses, and your income. If there's anything I've learned as an adult, is that bills, expenses, income, all these things that we should be accounting for, really sometimes we don't have time for. A lot of our money matters kind of go in the back burner of our very busy lives. And so if you want to stay on top of that, I would recommend trying to account for these things in small bursts of 10 minutes throughout your day. It is so much better than trying to just bulk everything up at the end of the month, trying to find receipts for this and that, things that you may have lost. So it's always better to try and do this every day, just a little bit at a time, because you can chip away at it and make sure that you stay, proactive and try to avoid the whole feeling of being frazzled when at the end of the month you're trying to account for how much you spent, how much you earned, and all that. If you need some practical tips to this, I would recommend keeping your receipts and checking any income slips or emails that might have come in, because those can go a long way. The sixth thing that you can try is to reset your notifications. So the nifty thing about most phones these days is that there's this handy little place where you can find all the things that send you notifications on your phone every single day. And sometimes all these notifications can pile up and make us feel really overwhelmed. What I recommend is if you have 10 minutes, try to go through that place on your phone and then switch off the things, the apps where you do not want to hear notifications from at all. This can go a lot for your long-term productivity and long-term feelings of overwhelm, but also do a lot in the short term because you feel like your phone is way less cluttered up with notifications that you just do not have time for. The seventh thing you can do if you only have 10 minutes is to take a walk. Sometimes just getting out of your seat, if not out of your apartment or your house, for just 10 minutes can do a lot for your mind. You can clear your head, you can get some fresh perspective, or you can just take that time to unwind and just breathe a little. In case you were in the middle of something or you're feeling stuck, then a walk might just be the perfect thing to help you clear your head and make sure that you can come back to that thing with fresh perspective. Don't underestimate the power of what walking and especially being around nature or just being outdoors and getting some sun can do for you. And I encourage you to try this if you haven't already. The eighth thing that I can recommend is to either meditate or journal, whichever feels like your thing. 10 minutes is more than enough time to center yourself either through a meditation or a journaling habit. Try to get some breathing exercises in or research some journaling prompts that you might do, or maybe just kind of take the time to process some thoughts if you feel like doing that, or emptying your thoughts if you feel like doing that. I find that this can be a great thing to do when you're trying to switch between tasks, maybe ending one, then starting another, or if you're about to start your workday or end your workday. The ninth thing you can do, which might be surprising, is to read or consume one valuable piece of content. I know the last thing that I should be telling you to do when you only have 10 minutes and you want to be productive is to consume content. I know that's probably not the first thing that comes to mind, but this is where the keyword of value filled, of valuable comes in. If you can just enrich those next 10 minutes with something very helpful for your mind, for your body, then do so. Whether you want to read like new recipes that you want to try to be healthier, or you want to read up on new strategies to grow your freelancing business or something, that can be a valuable time to learn up and, beef up that brain. So, what? I really don't know what I'm saying sometimes. So yeah, when you take time to consume content that brings value to your life, it can go a long way to helping you feel more inspired, feel more centered, because I don't know about you, but when I learn new things, when I consume anything that's valuable, it always helps me feel more productive because I feel armed with more information to tackle the things that might be keeping me stuck. And the last and final thing that I recommend you do if you only have 10 minutes is to do a mini progress report. The very first tip that I shared in this video is to do a will do list, which is basically, again, doing things that you will immediately do at the end of 10 minutes. So why not try the opposite next time? So a mini progress report is exactly what it says. Try to review all the things you've already done in the day, or maybe what you did the previous day. Just really give yourself a chance to make like this whole ta-da list of things that you've already accomplished to fuel your momentum into working on those next things. Because when we take time to recognize the things that we have done, all the cool stuff that we've achieved so far, it can be all the momentum we need to do that next hard thing and to put more things in our next progress report down the road. And while we're on the topic of momentum, it would really give this channel momentum if you gave this video a like and make sure to leave me a comment. Let me know what are things that you might want to try from this list or what you might add to this list. I'm sure it's gonna be very valuable to someone else, so be sure to hit me up in the comments. I would love to hear from you, and subscribe if you haven't already. I always do productivity related stuff like this, and I plan to do more in the future, so I hope to see you around. And speaking of seeing around, this is the end of this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Bye!